Man, we out here trying to be the best, man. Since when the best ain't good enough? Rest in peace, Merle, man. Your brother crossed my mind this morning, man. Pete, the ability to let go of stuff that don't serve you, right? That's something that you gotta constantly remind yourself of. It's a gem, but it's a power, right? It's separation. You apply it to anything, right? I don't know who it was. They gave that analogy like you got them rockets. The rockets shoot up. The rockets shoot up to a certain altitude, and then they split apart, right? Because it ain't gonna go to the next level, with the same under the same construct. So it let the I don't know if the afterburners, they let the rockets go, right? And then the capsule keeps going, until it get out into a different space, right? Now, that's like relationships. I'm not talking about a relationship with, just a partner, right? Not like that, just in general, any relationship you can apply that to, because relationships, when you really look at it, relationships is a giving. It's a give and take. It's a give and take thing. So someone only dealing with you, or you only dealing with somebody for what they can do for you. I mean, that's the truth. It's nothing wrong with that. It got to be beneficial to both parties. Any relationship, it could be children and their parents, right? Once you get to a certain level, the children don't require that their parents take care of them, so they separate, right? That's all I'm saying. So, in terms of frequency and your environment, the frequency in your environment, when you outgrow certain people in that environment, because how you doing? In that environment, you outgrow certain people in that environment that you're in, right? That environment carries a vibration. Okay, so a lot of times you come in contact with people throughout life. You came in contact with people through the environment, and you all depended on each other for certain things. Example, you can have somebody that just didn't have no friends, right? And they grew up in an environment they didn't have no friends. Now, they needed somebody to, or let's say they was getting picked on or something like that, right? Take that example, right? Somebody was getting picked on. They needed somebody to, be around them so they wouldn't get picked on, right? In the neighborhood. So at their neighborhood that they lived in, their folks, might have worked and, had food at the crib and left them in the crib. So now the people from the neighborhood, they congregate over at that person's crib. So now they're no longer picked on, because they can go over there, they can lay, they can, kick back, they can eat, things like that. So they used one person that was getting picked on, and the other person that was getting picked on used them for like protection, right? That's all I'm saying. So that's the basis of a give and take relationship. All relationships is like that. All of them. Between friends, it doesn't even matter, right? That's what it is. Now, what happens is, if you come, I don't have a lot of friends. I'm one of them. The people that got a lot of friends and this, that, and third, they not like us. I don't have a lot of friends. I got a few close, man, I got a few close, I wouldn't call them friends. They're closer to family, okay? So with that being said, the term friend And a friendship is something, I've been friends with people that wasn't friends with me. Okay? Okay? So all I'm saying is when it comes down to outgrowing, not even saying outgrowing friends, right? When you come as a young person, that's how you kind of view, you're trained to view things on eye level, on surface level, as okay, those is friends of mine. But y'all came together in an environment where y'all needed each other. So now, when you move on from that environment, because a lot of times you got to change the environment or things in it. You change the things in it, or you just change the environment, or you just relocate, right? And now you're no longer needed. You're not dependent on each other no more. You're just not dependent on each other no more. It's like that rocket that got to that certain altitude. It's it's time to separate. You know what I mean? They drop them things in the ocean somewhere. We going into the dark. We don't know what. We're gonna be what's it called, them thrusters. They get so high they using thrust at that time. They're not even using the same fuels that they used to. They're in a different environment. Okay, that's a different atmosphere. So when you try, that's why I say when since when the best ain't good enough, right? You separate from people that don't mean you no good, and they can't and look at it, you use a human. So human beings, we care about people, we care about things, right? So when it's not as easy to just not care, or it's not easy just to let go. You know what I mean? You just, it's not easy, but with practice, you got to practice on letting go. And the ones that can do it good, they got something, they operating with something that a lot of people not operating with. Because even if you take a person, I don't want to get off topic too much. Somebody don't have to like somebody and they still care about them. That could be somebody that they think that's their op, right? That's a young people word. They use ops, right? So somebody, they say, man, I ain't, I'm gonna go somewhere and that person's gonna be there, and I want to be looking a certain kind. You damn near care about what that person think about you, but you don't like them and don't care about them. See, that's that's when you just being a human being. I'm talking about the other side of this. Okay, I'm talking about the other side. The other side is like this. You got to separate. You got to separate, and whatever come with it. It's gonna be to get to really level up. Not on a type time like leveling up to what you got to be loud or boastful about, right? But everybody, I believe this, everybody has a version of themselves that they see in their mind that they're trying to create. And with that, the environment maybe that we came up in, or that you created for yourself, is just not conducive to go to the next level. So now the separation got to begin, and it happens naturally. See, brother Soul said, don't go reaching back, don't go looking back for that old world. That's perfectly put. To make you understand the shadow soul mortal minds, right? It's like the separation is going to occur, because then the separation happens on its own. You don't even got to do nothing. All you got to do is be in the moment and doing what works. And not naturally, it happens intrinsically. When you start separating the bad things from what you got going on. Not even say the bad things, the things that's not conducive to where you're going, things that no longer serve purpose in your life. It could be anything. It could be places, people, and things, right? When you start separating, when them things, it's not like overnight or nothing like that, but when you start separating, them things start separating, it's energy because we're dealing with vibrations, right? It be energy that tries to pull you back, try to pull you, try to, keep showing up and try to pull you back into what was. And what was is not now no more, because all it is now. Man, that's another conversation. I'm not talking, this ain't human being talk. This is the other side, right? All it is now. We can think of this like yesterday, tomorrow, this, that, and third. It's always now. It's always now. That keeps that record playing. It keeps the record playing like that. You gotta keep in motion. This thing is in motion. It ain't stopped yet. So when you find yourself out, really, when you find yourself by yourself and you're learning new habits, right? Or you're developing new habits. See, and that's another thing with the habit thing. I could talk habits. Habits aren't the easiest thing to identify. They're not the easiest thing. So, it's study. You got to spend some time with yourself, right? And you have to be open-minded and really not care. You got to learn to let go and really not care about certain things. And when I say not care, this literally not care, because the thing that you think you're looking at, if you're looking at it with these eyes, piggyback off the last video, if you're looking at it through these eyes ain't gonna see the perspective that you need to be looking at it with. You got to be looking at it with the third eye. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though you dealing with your mind and intuitions. See, that vibration don't lie. The vibe don't lie. Everybody been in a situation where you felt the vibe was off. You said the vibe in this room it don't feel good in here. That didn't lie. Now you can ignore it. You can ignore it all you want. That's that's your prerogative. But it doesn't lie. You see what I'm saying? We dealing with frequencies and vibrations. When you start vibrating on a level that somebody doesn't, they can't be around you. You're not gonna agree. Y'all just have to separate. And shouldn't nobody be in the environment that you created that's conducive for you to grow. You got things, you got vices that you're trying to get away from, right? And you can do it. You're doing just fine, man. If that, we wouldn't be, you wouldn't be here, man. If okay. So sometimes you just gotta man, leave it. You gotta let that thing go, man, and accept that. Hey, that version, because everybody's version is starring them. This movie is my movie. Your movie's your movie. Like, it's the movie starring you. Straight. And you giving, you know what I mean? And you got that script, and you can write your script any way you want. And it ain't too late. That's why I said, man, since when the best ain't been good enough? You at your best, and yeah. So, yeah, man. That's it. You know what I mean? And the brother Merle, that crossed my mind this morning, man. It be the, something I can give you, man. We not doing that, man. You can, ain't nothing that, if you made it, we just care about a lot. It's people that say, yeah, well, I don't, I get it. Man, people care. People care. People care what other people think. That's why they able to sell us all this stuff that we don't need, you know what I mean? And it's cool, you know what I mean? It's cool, you know what I mean? But, I guess they say the game to be sold, not told. I'm just, I'm speaking truth to power, man. He's doing just fine, man. You know what I mean? We are biggest critics sometimes. And sometimes you care a little bit too much. You have to not care so much. And remind yourself not to care so much, because, man, that was what fear, all fear is. Fear. I talk to my kids. See, the youth, you got to kind of explain it to them. They don't always, you got to get them the medicine and the dessert kind of, right? You say, man, what you was scared? Okay. So, let's say, like in ball, right? It's on topic, right? But look, let's say in ball, right? You know, you went out there, somebody said, man, what, you was scared? You know what I mean? And you know, that's almost like a shot you took at somebody, you know, as a young striving athlete. That's something that they love. They take that as a shot. It's a real, they take that as a blow. You might as well tag them, right? Nah, they understand. They don't understand that what we're saying about being scared or you fearing something isn't. It's not the way they're taking it, right? It's just means you're in your mind about something that's not real. You know, in anything, you're in your mind about something that's not real. Like, we remember the stuff that happened, right? You can remember anything that happened. You can remember anything that happened, right? You're gonna remember. If it happened, you remembered it, right? But it's like, if it didn't happen and you're thinking about it, then that's called fear. You're fearing something that's not real. You're feeling a boogeyman, like you know, it's a monster. You know, it's a boogeyman in the closet, or there's a boogeyman under the, you know what I mean? And you know, the kid wake you up out of your night, say, yo, it's a boogeyman under my bed. You say, all right, I'm going there. You know, I'm gonna mess him up, right? And then you gotta show him it's nothing there. And then it's like, oh wow, you know what I mean? Well, we gotta do that for ourselves. Like, it ain't no boogeyman, man. If it's a problem, we gonna deal with the problem when it's there. When it's, we deal with it when we get there. You just gotta, you know what I mean? Everything, man. This is things I wish I had known this 20 years ago. You know what I mean? 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Straight. Everybody can't go to where, everybody's not going where you're going. And that's all right. You think that they want to go? Because they can't even see it. You know, this your movie. Now, it's another thing. It's another thing called harmony, right? Now, if something is in harmony, see, that's another video. That's another video, man. But man, I appreciate a like and a like and a subscribe. You know, helps the algorithm out, man. But other than that, man, yeah, man, that I ain't gonna drag this video out. You know what I mean? Too much, man. Just keep doing your best, man. And you know, the best is always good enough, man. Your best is always good enough, man. We just trying to get better, man. We made it. You know what I mean? You had another opportunity to be the best yet. That's why you here. You know what I mean? You're not here to live in the past. You can't live in the past. You don't think about I don't even think about the past. I got my moments. But they don't last that long. You know what I mean? You got to be in the moment. Right now is the right now. And it's always the right now. So, yup, man, this is fruition. Peace.